is this just any Volvo XC40? At first glance you might think it is, but well, that grille's different, isn't it? Of course it's not any old Volvo XC40. This is the Volvo XC40 Recharge P8. It's the brand's first all-electric model and is pivotal in Volvo's push to a pure electric future, one that's due by 2030. Now, we had a quick scoot around this car last year, but now we've got a full production-ready right-hand drive model to deliver our definitive verdict. In this video, we'll find out if it is the new premium electric SUV of choice. But before we do, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the Driving Electric YouTube channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when a new video goes live.
The Volvo XC40 has been around for a few years now, and in petrol form it's a rival for the BMW X1 and the Audi Q3. Yet since this is the all-electric version, its main competitors include some models of the Ford Mustang Mach-E, as well as the Mercedes EQA and the forthcoming Tesla Model Y. The key figures for the XC40 Recharge are as follows. It has a 78 kWh battery that provides a range of 257 miles on a full charge. Those are the official numbers, but on our test we were seeing around 200 to 230 miles of range, not bad considering the colder weather at the time of filming. At over £50,000 it is more expensive than some of those key rivals, but that said it undercuts other premium electric SUVs such as the BMW iX3 and Mercedes EQC, so it's competitive in that respect.
The grille is the biggest difference between this car and its combustion engine siblings, but otherwise it's pretty much business as usual. You've got the same Thor's hammer headlights, the same clamshell bonnet, the same sculpted bodywork and the same rising window line. At the back you've got the same L-shaped taillights as you'll find on any XC40. The only real differences are this P8 badge and of course no exhaust pipes. The final thing of note is the charge port, which is exactly where the fuel filler cap would be on one of the petrol models.
The XC40 Recharge has a competitive range, but it's the charging capability that really adds to its appeal for longer trips. That's because it can charge at 150 kilowatts, meaning it can take on a charge of 80% in just 40 minutes. With more and more 150 kilowatt capable chargers appearing in the UK's network all the time, this kind of charging is no longer just a pipe dream. If you can't find one of these rapid charge points, the Volvo takes around an hour and a quarter to charge to 80% on a commonly found 50 kilowatt charge point. However, for many, it'll be easier to charge at home. On a normal 7 kilowatt wallbox charger, the XC40 takes about 12 hours to fully charge. If you're lucky enough to have 3-phase electricity at your house, it can charge at 11 kilowatts in just over 8 hours using the right type of wallbox.
One of the most striking things about this electric XC40 is the performance. It's a family SUV with 400 brake horsepower, so it means it does 0 to 62 miles an hour in less than 5 seconds. It's just so fast. Woo. You just gently squeeze the throttle and the two electric motors, one on each axle, just punch you in the back and get you up to speed. And because there's two motors, it's four-wheel drive, so there's plenty of grip too. But the thing is, who needs all of that in a family SUV? Less expensive, less powerful two-wheel drive models will arrive at a later date, and we reckon those will suit most buyers most of the time. Mercedes EQA makes do with half the power and still feels quick enough. Plus, this XC40 isn't as sharp to drive as Jaguar I-Pace or a Polestar 2, so you don't feel compelled to use all that power all that often. The suspension has been tuned for comfort, so more often than not you just sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. It's a fantastic cruiser too, and that's only helped by how quiet it is in here. There's little to no noise from the motor, and wind and road noise are kept in check too. There is a setting to choose how strong you want the regenerative braking to be, which means that one pedal driving like you get in a BMW i3 is possible.
Yet if the electric XC40 is to be successful, it needs to be practical enough for family life. Luckily it's just as versatile as the petrol version, if not more so. The boot near enough matches that of the standard car, plus there's extra space under the bonnet to store the charging cables. The cabin is still a useful shape with lots of rear headroom and legroom, plus a good amount of storage. There's a central cubby with cup holders, a spot for your phone under the main screen, and deep door bins. It can feel a little dark inside as the rear windows are tinted, and that window line at the back means there is not a huge amount of light. But this is the case in many of its rivals as well, and there's a panoramic roof on top split models that helps add more light into the cabin.
This is a pricey car, but the interior is fantastic. All of the materials feel nice and expensive. And technology, that's another strong point. There's a set of digital dials behind the steering wheel, and you can set that up to show full screen mapping as well as other information should you so wish. There's a few features in there that are electric specific as well. Then there's the central infotainment screen. It looks the same as the ones you'll find in other XC40s. Apart from here, it is running a full suite of Google Automotive services. So you've got Google Assistant, Google Maps, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto will be added at a later date using over-the-air software updates. Now, Volvo is going to use this tech in the future to improve performance and charge times without you ever having to go to a dealer. How crazy is that?
There are only 2 versions of the XC40 Recharge P8 for now, R-Design or First Edition. The former is still really well equipped as it comes with 19-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights, 2-zone climate control, wireless phone charging and those twin displays inside. In terms of safety kit, the XC40 is up there with the best Volvo models, of course. Choose the Launch Edition to get a panoramic roof, 360-degree parking camera, a Harman Kardon stereo, heated seats and keyless start.
But as the XC40 is only available in those top 2 trim levels with 400 horsepower and 4-wheel drive, it finds itself stuck somewhere between cheaper, better value models like the Mercedes EQA and the Mustang Mach-E, and more expensive, more luxurious cars like the Audi e-tron and the Jaguar I-Pace. If you're after a comfortable, luxurious and practical family SUV, the electric XC40 shows so much promise. Our advice? Wait for the cheaper versions.
Head to DrivingElectric.com for all the latest electric and hybrid car advice, news and reviews, and check us out on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Finally, while you're here, make sure you hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and turn on notifications to ensure you never miss a video.